Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm your host, Danielle Stimpson. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. If you are new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you are watching this on the replay, you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, all the days and times that I have my regular live streams are listed in the description below. You can also find information about my live online Reiki classes, my community Discord, crystal shop, social media, and everything else. If you are here with us today, go ahead and click that live stream button. Feel free to make any request for your personal healing that you may have. It can be something really general, really specific. You can request specific stones or let me pick some for you. We're going to start off our evening with about 45 minutes of building a beautiful crystal grid, all of us together with all of our intentions represented. And after that, I'll briefly explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works. And then from there, I will turn the lights down, turn the music up, and send Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So grateful to have you all here with me. So grateful for all of the regulars who are already getting the chat warmed up. So good to see you all. Happy Sunday. Thank you to all of you who are outside of the US who are here. I know that our time change occurred and that can kind of throw everyone for a loop because you have your own time changes and things like that. So it's good to see you all. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive right into the crystal grid. I just got to start it off a little bit. So let's flip over to that. Awesome. Here we go. So I started us off. We've been working lately with jade. This is a darker shade of jade. This is not jadeite. This is a type of nephrite jade. It's a very dark quality, dark color kind of stone. This type of jade, any type of jade, really helps bring about prosperity, fortune, good luck, good relationships. It's just an all-around good energy stone. There's no reason why it wouldn't be sacred in China, and we absolutely love it here. We also have copper, which is pretty much a mainstay here. It helps to get the energy moving. It helps to break up blockages and get the optimal flow going. So yeah, oh, good stuff. Okay, so let's see. Let me see a little bit of who is in the chat. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Welcome, Joyce. Chris, good to see you. JS, Grace, Susan and Greg. Belinda, wonderful to see you. Oh, and Joyce, you have someone with you, Kristen. Hello, Kristen. So glad to have you all here. Yeah, let's hope Korakar makes it. Let's see. I know it's her birthday. So let's see. Let's build up some good intentions for everyone. So, dreams, literal and aspirational. Gotcha. Creativity, courage, follow through, showing up for yourself more practically. Oh, there's some good ones in there. Absolutely. Okay, let's see oh, thank you. Kundalini awakening, absolutely. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into some of those requests. So creativity, courage. Courage, the first thing that comes up, and bear with me, I'm a little bit discombobulated. I was doing some rearranging back here, so it may take me just a minute to find the crystals tonight. I apologize in advance. Yeah, so the first thing that comes to mind when I see that is garnet. Yeah, I'm like rearranging the whole house and just like looked up at the time and was like, oh, I'm live. But yeah, here's garnet. This is excellent for courage of all kinds and also for creativity, for sure. Practicality. It's great for organization. It's fantastic for finding balance in times of stress, for finding your strength, and very much kind of stick-to-itiveness in a way, but also times of change can really help you. It's a very Capricorn stone. It's the birthstone of January. But yeah, when it comes to courage, creativity, practicality, this kind of hits every note that you mentioned. Absolutely love it. And these are natural garnets. They haven't been cut in any way. This is how they naturally form. There we go. So we have some garnet. And when it comes to keeping things going, there's also another stone that can help you to keep going no matter what. I haven't used it in a little bit. And it's chrysoprase. Completing goals, especially to keep going after a time of burnout or after a setback, getting going again after any kind of failure, picking up the pieces, but also just overcoming disappointment and just completing whatever goals you've set out for yourself or for an organization. But yeah, chrysoprase, this beautiful green, it helps you to take a moment, take pause, and reflect inwardly and say like, okay, wait a minute, this is the long haul. It feels like I've been going forever and the end goal is so far away. It helps you take a moment and look back at everything that you've already accomplished and how even though they may have been towards a different goal, they still count towards this one, and allows you to kind of give yourself a little bit of a break, a little bit of a pat on the back, and keep going. So chrysoprase for sure. Let's see. Chrysoprase and garnet. I feel like that can help you get a lot done, that combo. Yeah, showing up for yourself, practicality, all kinds of garnet vibes there. Absolutely. Dreams. Dreams, I feel like iolite for sure. Iolite, amethyst, labradorite. Those are the crystals I kind of put with dreams. I'm going to go with some iolite here. This helps with any kind of visionary work, whether it's meditation or like journey work. It also helps with things like money management. We use it for that a lot here. Any kind of intuitive sleep disturbances. Also just awareness of your dreams, being able to see them a little bit more clearly, as well as weight loss. This is actually one of the stones that's indicated for weight loss, and not that that's a goal for everybody, nor does it need to be, but if it is one of your goals, this can help you with that. So, and then aspirational. This is orange sunstone. Orange sunstone helps us, it helps to remind us that we did not come here to play small. When we get in our own way and have like limiting beliefs about what our possibilities are, this helps kind of lift the ceiling on that and say like, dream bigger, expect more, see a bigger vision of yourself and your own potential. So I'm going to bring that in too. Thank you for being here. So glad you are here. And let's see who else. Cora Carr, happy birthday. Good to see you, Karen. Yes, it's Cora Carr's birthday. You're not home yet. Okay. Have safe travels. Emotional healing and self-doubt, absolutely. Self-doubt, definitely, this one can help. Orange sunstone can help. we've got I feel like bloodstone is calling. It's one of the stones I go to for self-doubt no matter what. It's also just a great emotional, like, stuff hits the fan. It's actually good for both of your requests. It's a green with little hints of red. Bloodstone is, I always think of it as like the emotional stuff hits the fan stone. It's when we get to a point of like just utter despair, it can help us to start to heal our heart. It's effective even at those times where we've had such a loss that like our very foundation is shaken, kind of thing. Like it touches every part of our life. But it's also one of those stones that helps us with relieving self-doubt and also quiets the mind during meditation. So very much for emotional healing and for calming the root chakra, especially when we feel like just almost as if our roots have been pulled up. This can be really helpful. So it's good for both. Oops. So let's see which ones want to come out to play. Lots of greens and darker colors today so far. And bloodstone also goes by the name heliotrope. In different parts of the world, it's more known as heliotrope than bloodstone. And like in the US, I mostly hear it as bloodstone. In like the UK, I mostly hear it as heliotrope. So best to both of you. Glad you're here. Malachite. Malachite can help us to move through some really emotionally tumultuous things, especially with moving through relationships that no longer serve, or to shift those relationships into a more balanced and harmonious one. It's sort of like if it's meant to be, shift it into something better. If it's not meant to be, it may just kind of shift out. It has a reputation for being kind of a ruthless healer, like it's a difficult transition, but it's a fruitful one. I don't necessarily experience it that way. I feel like it really just helps on a deep fundamental soul level to make some moves and shifts in regards to anything that's impacting your heart chakra, usually deep relationship stuff, relationship wounds, relationship patterns, all of that. So malachite. Thank you for being here. Maricela, good to see you. JS, you're probably going to fall asleep, but you'll watch the Reiki again tomorrow when you try to. Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead and go rest. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope you have a beautiful session. Grace, great week, depression, sadness, and heart healing. Let's bring in rhodonite because I know that really is helpful for you. This helps heal a lot of heart-centered wounds. This is the stone of unrequited love, of breakups, of even like grief around loss in the heart center. It also helps lungs and helps with fever. Helps to balance the yin and yang within the body, but overall it can be very, very helpful for sadness and heart healing. And for depression, we usually have a pretty good go with Aqua Aura. This is a man-altered stone. It's been anodized. I believe the blue is with titanium. And while there's not a lot of anything written on it because it's a very new thing, and a lot of folks in the crystal community are kind of turned off by it just because it's not natural. And I get that. That's how I felt about it in the beginning. But I did read a few things that mentioned that this could be helpful for depression. That's something I struggle with. So I tried it and I find it to be quite helpful. I mean, it's of course in combination with the other things that are working for me. And in my case, that is medication, and I do not med shame. We do not med shame here. Do what works for you. You are the boss of your own underpants. You know what's in your highest good. And I found that this was one of the many things that can help me feel a lot better, and I hope it helps you too. There we go. I hope that helps, and let's see, for a great week, yes. I will keep that in mind when I pick some other stones, because I think there's some other really good, like, optimism stones that we might work on today. I hope you have a good week. Sadness and heart feeling. Rhodonite, I believe. The pink one? This one? This is rhodonite, and I'll type it in the chat so you can see how it's spelled. Yeah, that's rhodonite. The green one here is malachite. Yeah, the green one here is malachite. And this is rhodonite. Rhodochrosite is similar in appearance. It's a lighter pink with bands of white. This is a darker pink with bands of black. Samantha, hi. Hope everyone is doing well. Eye pain, psoriasis, congestion, sore throat, empath healing. You got it. I'm just going to keep going down the list for everybody, but definitely. Welcome in, Lee. Spiritual connection, speaking your truth. Ooh, you're moving. Congratulations. I will definitely get to everyone's requests tonight. Financial abundance. Oh, Patty's cat's still not back. Okay. Prosperity. Susan and Greg, finding an attorney, buyers for your artwork, and intuition and Kundalini awakening. So let's get all of that going. So aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite, this helps to really open up and balance the entire energy system that we might refer to as the chakras. So the concept with the chakras is that if you think of it this way, the root would be kind of aiming down from the pelvis, and the crown chakra opens up from the top of the head. The root is emblematic of everything that has to do with vital needs, primal urges, fight or flight. The crown is everything that is more spiritually centered, like the interconnectedness of all things. In between those areas, it's sort of like a building up as we go up it's almost like the layers of human development. We also have the areas that it's related to us, how we relate with community, how we relate to ourselves. Opening up this entire channel is known as the tantric practice of Kundalini. The tantric practice is the practice of getting the Kundalini energy, which is your personal energy wound at the base of your spine, to go up the energy body. And this can help facilitate not only helping that, but also to balance that. If you are experiencing a Kundalini awakening, which can be extremely intense, this can help balance it, like not shut it down, but balance it where it's not completely overwhelming as well. So I hope that helps. It's a really cool stone. And it also helps us to have the ability to act on our intuitive guidance. Like, okay, I have this and like all of this insight. That's great, but how do I actually make it into something? And how do I act on it? This is a great stone for that too. It helps take the spiritual and the physical and helps us find the balance between the two, which can be an incredibly powerful and comforting place to be. Okay, cool. We're also looking for the attorney and buyers for your artwork. Gotcha. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring in some chevron amethyst. So this is one of helping take our intentions and our requests and connect them to spirit, and at the same time enhance our intuition so we can hear that guidance returned. So it can help us with manifesting in that it can help us with manifesting in that we tell the universe what we need and want, and then it kind of gives us some guidance on where that's showing up and how that might work, and do we want to adjust those things that we're calling in? So this can be a helpful stone for that. It's also helpful for anybody that does any kind of psychic intuition, mediumship, channeling. It really does help open the intuitive channels in a very big way. It's also great for anybody, very similar to Iolite in that it helps with visionary work. So if you're looking to scry or if you're looking to do any kind of journeying, it can be really helpful. And it can also help with tolerance. Like if you're being kind of quick with people or you have difficulty dealing with folks that have considerable differences from you, it can help that tolerance. There we go. I hope that helps with guiding you to the right professionals that can help you on your path. I'm also going to bring out some cinnabar. Cinnabar is mercury, so be very careful with this. It's highly toxic. Do not put it in water and drink it, please. This is what it looks like, kind of blown up. Those red pieces, that's cinnabar. Notice I'm touching the rest of the stone. That's cinnabar. It helps to call in customers. It's considered the good merchant stone. Usually when you purchase it in the US, if you do order it, it usually looks more like this. This has a lot less actual mercury in it. It's only those red dots. All the rest is kind of sedimentary. And that's because this way there's a lot less kind of toxic stuff in it. So yeah, but this is cinnabar. It is a very powerful stone for merchants and calling in your customer base. So for now, we'll put these here. Thank you for being here. Thank you both of you for being here. It's good to see you both. We're already voting. Great. Definitely. Old beliefs, new beginnings. You got it. Intuitively pick a birthday stone for Cora Carr. I will absolutely do that. We've also got psychic and mediumship development. We've got that pretty well covered. Pain, spinal stenosis, smoking cessation, low metabolism, financial abundance. Please and thank you. Absolutely. Lots of love to you. Okay, so psychic and mediumship development, we definitely have that with the aragonite and blue Caribbean calcite. It's a really powerful stone of that. Also, the chevron amethyst here can be absolutely wonderful for that as well. It also helps to clarify the messages coming through. It's one of those stones that if you're having trouble understanding the message, chevron amethyst as well as blue kyanite can be very helpful there. Let's go ahead into the pain and spinal stenosis. Amazonite, the stone of self-respect and self-care. Also of neuro issues, especially anything that has to do with the spinal nerves. So spinal stenosis definitely would count in there. So Amazonite is, I often consider it the caregiver stone. It's my first choice whenever I'm working with someone who is like a nurse or a hospice worker or does childcare or early childhood development, anything like that. This can help remind the caregiver that they are worthy and necessary, of receiving all of that love and care returned, that they do need some self-care, but it's very much helpful for the spinal nerves and anything having to do with spinal health. So I'm going to bring this in for both of those reasons. This is Amazonite. It can look quite different, one specimen to the next. Okay. It's also very, very calming. And when is that a bad thing, right? Okay, and we also had the request for help with finances and financial abundance. Let's go ahead and bring in some citrine. Just bear with me a moment here. Citrine, we will go ahead and bring in around the copper again. I really like it there. Citrine is a really powerful stone of calling in financial abundance, wealth, resource support of any kind. So we'll bring that in. Can work really well in the back left corner of a room or business or your home. Back left corner with the doorway behind you. So there we go. For metabolism as well as smoking cessation, we have Unakite. Unakite is also a superb choice for anything having to do with women's health, fertility, any kind of hormonal balance, birth, labor, delivery, happy marriage, any of those things. And even like fluids within the body to some extent. But yeah, helpful with smoking cessation and helpful with metabolism for sure. Ooh, a very calming stone. I really love it. I find that people really love it. When I worked at a piercing shop back in the day, we sold stone plugs for the ears. Unakite was a consistent choice, even with people going, I don't usually like these colors. I don't know why I want to work with this stone, but this is the one I want to work with. Definitely. So let's go ahead and bring this in. And all the best to you, Chris. So grateful you are here. And we've got cool. Letting go of expectations, confidence, well-being for your son, and self-love. Gotcha. Hey, Key. Manifestation, good luck. You're so welcome. Bone infection, absolutely. Green onyx, or yes, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. Definitely self-love, Amazonite. I feel like honey calcite could be helpful here. Letting go of, okay, let's see. This definitely helps with self-confidence. Definitely helpful with self-confidence. Also with attracting good people to your life, whether it's colleagues, neighbors, whatever you might be looking for. Like if you're looking for a place to live and it's like a building where you're going to be close to other people, this is a good one to kind of keep around. You might feel a little bit more comfortable in the places that have a better environment, socially speaking, but this can really help with confidence. Honey calcite balances and empowers the solar plexus chakra, balancing it alongside with and empowering it alongside with the sacral chakra, which is more orangey. Essentially, the sacral is relationships, community, how we relate to others, where the solar plexus is more our center of self, how we feel about ourselves, what we do with our will and our wants and desires. This can definitely help empower us with confidence, especially as it relates to other people, but in a really healthy and balanced way. It can also help with like optimism when things are just not feeling great. So I had a feeling when Grace had mentioned like a good week ahead that this might come out. And I feel like, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this out for confidence. Let's put it behind the garnet. We'll also do, and all the best to you there. For letting go of expectations, I feel like pre-night can help there. Letting go of expectations and unfair demands, as well as holding space for any kind of spiritual learning or spiritual teaching. Anytime that we're taking those concepts on and we're trying to bring them into our awareness, this can be helpful. It helps harmonize and optimize the situation for any kind of metaphysical learning, wellness learning, spiritual learning. It's also really helpful for lucid dreaming, prophecy, divination, visionary dreaming. So we're getting a lot of stones that have that same kind of undercurrent, aren't we? Also helps with when our mind tends to wander in a meditation. This can be another helpful stone. So I'll bring that in for you too. And I wish you all the best. I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're doing well. Okay. There we go. Green onyx as requested by Grace. So onyx is a very wise stone, but it's also a deeply grounding stone. It helps to connect us to our ancestors as well, especially the black onyx. Green onyx is exceptional for the heart. So green onyx to me is about moving through and past anything that has been heavy on our heart, learning from it especially, but also rather than leaving behind the lessons past or leaving behind things so much, it's more about moving through them with grace, accepting any lessons that come from them, becoming changed by what we've been through, but not diminished by it, which is really important. And I love this stone for it. Very just truly loving for the heart center. It allows us to love ourselves a bit too. So let's bring that in. And thank you for requesting it. And as the regulars will know, I am fostering kittens, and I have a sleeping but stirring kitten beneath my feet. the one that generally knows when Reiki's about to happen and plops herself right there under the desk. The one that all of you have heard purr. Yep. We've got Hattie under the desk taking a little naparoo. I'm really grateful to have this green onyx. It's hard to find that color anymore. These scarabs, all of the scarabs of all the different colors, I got those in trade when I had my studio on Jewelers Row in Philadelphia. One of the stone dealers on the street noticed that, a lot of the jewelers took notice of, like, people go into Danielle's studio and then they are walking better when they come out. What's she doing? Like, they're so nice. They're in good moods. What's happening? And he kind of understood what Reiki was. And he's like, I'm kind of winding down my career. I'm like selling off the last of my things and getting ready to retire, and cash flow is kind of a thing. Can we work and trade? And I'm like, absolutely. These scarabs were hand carved back in like the 60s or before. This is all unsold store stock of scarabs that would have been set in scarab bracelets, scarab necklaces, which were a super big trend when I was little, like during the 80s and stuff. And that trend kind of died out. And so a lot of these hand carved scarabs still exist. And with stones, once they're mined out, they're mined out. So a lot of times once you like a really good quality of something can be hard to find again. So this beautiful green onyx, I have a ton of them and they are beautiful, and you probably cannot find green onyx like that in the earth anymore unless somebody finds another bunch of them somewhere. But thank you. Okay, cool. Let's see. Stomach pain for your dog. Okay, I'm going to do my best to get through every request here. For worthy of financial abundance for Vincent, Amazonite. Spur for Greg and Susan, we got it. Patty, Return of the Cat, and your mother, Prosperity. So we've got Prenite and we've got Citrine. We've also got Financial Abundance. Yep. And let's put in some animal healing for all the animals that we had today. Let's see if I can find my leopard skin jasper. Do see Moonstone. I saw a request for Moonstone. Leopard skin jasper, and I also saw the requests around skin and skin healing. This helps with both. Anything having to do with animal healing, leopard skin jasper is superb. But also anything having to do with the skin. Any kind of skin eruptions, mites, parasites, itchy spots, allergies of the skin, autoimmune of the skin, so like psoriasis and things like that. This can be exceptionally helpful with that. And also with attracting a soulmate. But anytime we're doing any work with our animals, anytime we are working with our animal guides, and anytime we want to be more aware of the animals in our surroundings, like if you move to a new area and there's new animals around and you want to be more aware of them, this is a great stone. Helps promote good coordination and balance too. So we'll bring this in for all of those. We've got Moonstone, which helps with lunar cycles. We have a huge full moon lunar eclipse. If you want to know more about that, check out the video that I posted that has to do with the tarot for all 12 signs. Check out the overview, and I talk in depth about because it's not just the full moon lunar eclipse. There's like, it's exactly like to the degree conjunct Uranus, which is chaos. So check that out. So if you're feeling especially like energetically just sort of something feels different, Moonstone could be helpful because it helps us to kind of go with the flow a little bit more. And here we go. We've got, it helps with the divine feminine and with attracting love. It also helps with anything connected with lunar anything, which is like the high priestess in the tarot, kind of arcane wisdom, deep knowledge, intuition, anything having to do with women's health as well, and protection of women. We also have, just sort of going with the flow, the rhythms of nature, intuition, and releasing patterns. So for those of you who say you want to let go of something and invite room for something else, this really can help. So it's good for all of the above. So let's bring in these beautiful pieces of Moonstone. Thank you for requesting that. Indigo Gabbro, I saw a request for. This can be helpful for anytime that we are stuck in like a pattern, or we just feel stuck in general. This can help with revealing any of the patterns, cycles, or like detrimental tendencies that we have that get in our own way. This can help us find them and still be compassionate with ourselves enough to see them, but so that they won't be in our blind spot any longer. So yeah, it also goes by the term Mystic Merlinite, but its name is Indigo Gabbro. And this is one of those stones that no matter how well I try to photograph it, it never photographs as beautiful as it is in person. It's like this purple and black. Here's a polished one. Oh, that's a labradorite here. This is a polished one where you can see it a little bit better. That's Indigo Gabbro. Purple and black. It's a beautiful stone. We'll have more of those. It's on the raw is on the website, and we're gonna have more tumbles on the website soon too. But yeah, really powerful shadow healing stone. Sore throat, we have blue lace agate, which also helps expressing anything that's like a difficult emotional thing. It also helps with skin things, especially skin allergies. And it's also thought to help arthritis and fractures, but yeah, it helps the throat chakra. Anything with that's impacting the throat where we feel congested, or sort of like we keep coughing, or it feels like there's something stuck in our throat, whether it's energetic or physical, this can be very, very helpful. But it's a good stone to help people who are having a difficult time speaking up for themselves to be able to do it. Anyone who struggles with saying things that are important but in a way that's sensitive. Let's go ahead and bring it around here so we can see them a little bit better. There we go. Any kind of difficult emotions too. So blue lace agate. Eye pain. I'm going to go ahead and say, let's bring in some lapis. Helps pain and inflammation. It's great with moving up in our career. It's great for vertigo and inner ear things, not so much for the eyes, but this can be helpful for pain and inflammation regardless of where it is. Truth, honesty, and integrity, if we want to embody those principles or be open to relationships or agreements or colleagues where that is part of the way that we exchange with honesty and integrity and openness, lapis can be wonderfully empowering. But yeah, helps with pain and inflammation regardless of where. Thank you for being here, Samantha. Lee, spiritual connection, speaking your truth. Definitely blue lace agate can help with that. Increasing confidence, new beginnings. Definitely with confidence and things too, we have the honey calcite. I'm going to bring in some blue tiger eye. This helps calm and ease stress, but also any kind of bold communication and speaking your truth. Also helps with writing and public speaking. This helps to convey feelings in conversation, and it's very protective of truth tellers. So yeah, it's tiger eye, but blue. So yeah, another one that's kind of difficult to like bring through in the camera. Yeah, helps to bring through anything that involves moving it through the throat, especially speaking our truths. Oh God, lapis already, indigo gabbro, tiger eye, clear quartz. And thank you for being here, Lee. Oh, Patty's still in mourning? Okay. Oh, crucial request from Cora's friend, so hope this helps. Joie de vivre, hearty or carefree of enjoyment in life. Enjoyment of living, happiness. Gotcha. Patty's still in mourning. Let's do some jet for Patty. Jet is volcanically fossilized wood. It helps to, especially when it's really shocking change, anytime that we have to grieve the loss of our former form or of anything or anyone in particular, when we have to grieve something and move through life and change without that person by our side, this can help us be very present with our feelings of grief while also being very present in life. So yeah, I'm so sorry. It can definitely help with being present in the grieving process so that you can move through it in a way that is meaningful and hopefully brings peace in the end. And I'm so sorry for that. And we'll definitely set the intention with the leopard skin jasper that joie de vivre comes home. Definitely. And thank you for bringing that up. Bone infection, attract new friends and relationships, definitely. Honey calcite. Manifestation, good luck. Yeah. Definitely the jade. Chevron amethyst. And lost my train of thought. Sorry. And bone infection, okay. Let's bring in some Herkimer. This helps boost manifestation for sure. It also helps link it up with things about that manifestation that are gonna connect it with the greatest, highest good of all involved. Helps with being in the present moment and being relaxed. Helps balance discordant energies, and helps to it also helps with metabolism and intuitive abilities as well, which has been a theme today. But yeah, I feel like this can help. I feel like this can help with a lot of the requests. Getting crowded in a good way. I like this. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. What else can we do? I feel like I want to bring out howlite for the bones. Anything having to do with bone, teeth, or hair. Also has a lot to do with joints and osteoporosis, anything having to do with the bones on that level, as well as anger, resentment, and frustration. To move through those difficult feelings without having to kind of like just push them down. It keeps us from holding on to those feelings and just sort of gritting our teeth and bearing it, but rather to move through and deal with the underlying issues at cause there. But yeah, excellent for anything having to do with bone. So especially for the bone infection, all the love in the world. And I hope that everything comes out okay. Bone infections can be so painful. So let's do, we'll do this. Beautiful white howlite. I love it. One of my favorites. It's such an unsung hero. It usually just ends up getting dyed and passed off as turquoise when it is not turquoise. It's its own beautiful healing stone. I think I got everybody. Tiger eye, clear quartz. Okay. So we're going to go a little over tonight. I hope you all don't mind. I certainly don't. Okay. Tiger eye is very protective. It helps to give us insight. It helps us to see all the fine details of what's important, as well as bringing together all the fine details to get a really comprehensive view of everything going on. So it can be great for things like studying and researching. It can also be great for almost like detective work, like putting all the pieces together and saying, what happened here? This can be a great stone for that. Very protective. Okay. And if I made an omission, let me know. I'm going to pick a crystal for Korakar's birthday. And then we're going to pick the crystals to vote on and then move into the healing portion. Clear quartz helps to amplify the healing intensity of other crystals. It can also be programmed with your own intention. So you can basically DIY your own like amulet for healing with one. I'm going to use a clear quartz crystal to go underneath these center stones. And here is a piece of clear quartz. This is often called a timekeeper. It's got two points coming together like that. So I feel like it helps extra direct the energy. So there's our clear quartz. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to pick some stones. Go ahead, chat amongst yourselves. You're so welcome. And chat amongst yourselves. I'm just going to pick a couple of stones. So Cora Carr requested that I select stone just for her birthday. And I'm going to go ahead and put this out there that for those of you who've not been here before, we always vote on like one of two crystals that I suggest that kind of support the overall healing vibe of the grid. And in this particular case, I wanted to sort of clue you in though. We're never limited to just one vote. And in fact, it is pretty much always that we vote on both stones. We end up, why just pick one? Why not have both? And so these are two crystals that I would like to bring in for Cora Carr's birthday. So instead of voting, let's go ahead and in the chat, put some beautiful well wishes to Cora Carr for her birthday. And I will describe these two crystals. One is flower agate, also goes by Japanese flower blossom agate or flower agate. The concept with this is that it helps us to bloom into the brightest next version of ourselves. This particular stone has these holes in it. These are called vugs, V-U-G. A vug is what happens when a stone is formed and there's some organic matter that the stone forms around, and then later on that organic matter degrades and goes away, but the stone is remaining, and then new crystals form inside that hole. So it's meant to be even where there's emptiness or there may have been something, it's life springs anew. So it's a really beautiful concept. So yeah, flower blossom agate with a vug. And the other is white coral, very sustainably harvested. I picked this up off a beach myself with my grandma. So the white coral helps us to embrace and totally work within what is in our spiritual highest good, our highest good in every way, not getting distracted from our soul's purpose and just really following our path wholeheartedly, regardless of anybody else and what they say and what roadblocks may come. So white coral, flower blossom agate, we already know we're going to take both. So go ahead and continue making those well wishes to Cora Carr in the chat. And I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, and then we're going to turn the lights down, turn the music up, and get some healing going. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, an hour ago, oops, we're going a little over, but in the best way. My name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've been teaching Reiki for about 14 years. The style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and it's named after this method or approach's founder. And this particular style was founded in the early 1920s in Japan. At the core of this practice is the concept of just what energy is, which is actually based in Shintoism, which is at least in this perspective. It's based in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everything has a soul and everything and everyone is inextricably linked. And within this linkage, there are essences or energies that flow between everyone and everything. Reiki, or spiritually guided life energy or soul energy, is thought to be flowing between everyone, everywhere, all the time. And it's already flowing through you. It's not a foreign energy. It's one that in our culture we may not be thinking of or acknowledge in any way, but it won't be a foreign feeling. However, when I connect with it, what I'll be doing basically in practicing Reiki, I'm connecting with this energy intentionally and directing some more of it to you to support your greatest healing good. Now, this energy is already flowing through us, and our body, mind, and spirit are always working with it to support our highest good. Essentially, by me bringing you more of it, allows your body, mind, and spirit to do even more good on your behalf. So it's going to support you and show up for you in the way that you need it most. And the intentions that you set can help inform that as well. Intentions are incredibly powerful. So as I connect to this energy and send more of it to you, you may feel sensations on the physical level, like actual sensations in your body. You may feel some emotions come up. You may hear sort of your background thoughts bubbling up. This could be your inner knowingness coming up. This is sort of like the mental stuff. And it could also be more spiritual stuff. You may get some intuitions coming in. It could be all four. It could be just that you have a really beautiful nap. It could be that and everything else. I encourage you to simply see how it feels for you. So get comfortable as you can. You can close your eyes, you can lay down, you can sit up, you can stretch, move, bend, do whatever you want. During this session, if you feel like you want to get up and start journaling, or grab your guitar or your tarot cards, or do some yoga, sounds great. Go right ahead. During the session, though, you may also just feel like kind of chill. You don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep your mind silent. You can just simply exist. Sometimes the things that pop into our mind are really important. If you feel like it might just be like brain chatter, or if you're not quite sure, you can always take a deep breath in and out, and it'll bring you right back into the session. Works great if you get distracted. During the session, I'll be playing some music. If you'd like to learn more about the creator who developed that music, go ahead and check out her name and info in the description box below. And the light will go dim and move very gently and slowly through several different colors. At no point will it flash or strobe. At the end of the 25-minute session, I'll invite you to take a deep breath and come back and join us. And at that point, I'll reopen the chat. I'll happily answer any questions or hear out any special experiences that you may have had that you feel like sharing, and then we'll take it from there. If you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. Just as Reiki flows through us all, because it always does, every day, all the time, it doesn't matter where you are in relation to me in terms of miles or kilometers, and it doesn't matter where you are in relation to me in terms of time. So just by setting the intention to be open to receiving this energy is all you really need to do. And you can enjoy past healings anytime you want. There's a whole playlist, lots and lots to watch. And you can join us live. All of the regular days and times are in the description box below. East Coast US times. Thank you for being here. If you enjoy this, like, subscribe, and do all that good YouTuber stuff. And you can learn more about my online classes, Discord, social media, and Crystal Shop, all in the description as well. I'm here 5 times a week, and I hope that you do join me. So let's go ahead back and see all the well wishes for Korakar and get into some healing. Oh, look at all the love. Okay, let's see. There we go. Let's go ahead and bring in the flower blossom agate and the white coral. There we go. Awesome. Thank you all for being here. Oh, what beautiful, beautiful, beautiful well wishes in the chat. What a special day. Okay. So everybody go ahead, get nice and cozy, lay down, sit up, whatever works for you. I'm going to start sending to you momentarily. Enjoy your session, and I will see you all in about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly start coming back to your body. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. Thank you, thank you. And happy birthday, Cora Carr, if you're listening or if you're watching on the replay, either way. I'm so glad so many of you feel better. You all are so welcome. You're welcome. I hope you have a great week too. Definitely consider checking out my tarot for all 12 signs, especially the overview that'll be very relevant this week. So as always, I will be back this week, Tuesday at 10 a.m., Wednesday at 4 p.m., Friday at 4 and 8 p.m., and Sunday at 8 p.m., all East Coast U.S. time. You're so welcome. I hope you have a great week too. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you for being here. You're so welcome. I hope that all of you have an absolutely beautiful week ahead. There definitely will be at least one extra stream next week. I don't know exactly when, probably at some point on election day or the day after. Definitely subscribe with your notifications on to make sure that you're made aware. And if you do remember to go ahead and like the stream, that super helps. But honestly, just being here and watching with me is the most important thing. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight's Community Distance Reiki. I deeply appreciate all of you so very, very much. You're so welcome, Samantha. And I'm going to go ahead and start winding us down here. I hope that you have a beautiful night's sleep and that you have as much positivity and support throughout this week as you possibly can. Remember, I will be back at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, and I hope to see you again soon. Remember to take care of yourself, and bye for now.